This scare of a lifetime occurred for us on the way to the Summit Motorsports Park from Monroe, Michigan. The whole world seemed to stop in place for a fraction of a second. Although we do not consider ourselves superstitious people, we found ourselves wandering throughout the day. What if we had left the hotel 1 second earlier? Would the outcome of this terrifying encounter have been the same? Or would it have made a difference if we had stayed in the last rest area 1 second longer? This close encounter left us with a lasting emotional trauma, and the remainder of our activities throughout the day all seemed to somehow take an unexplainable backseat. Something had changed. Things just didn't seem the same for us. It was smooth sailing on Route 24 into Ohio. We encounter a never-ending stream of classic cars all the way to Norwalk. A major highlight of this stretch of road was the Veterans Glass City Skyway Bridge, completed in 2007, which elevates I-280 high above the Maumee River. The ride on Route 2 East after the Skyway Bridge did not disappoint. Classic cars continue to come from almost nowhere. Everything was perfect until we reached the curve at the Bessie Nuclear Power Station, where an oncoming car appeared to cross into our lane out of nowhere. Further down the road, the BP station at the intersection of 113 and 60 in Wakeman provided much welcomed relief, as almost every car in line behind us pulled in for a quick respite. It was eye candy at the max. It was all downhill after that as we pulled out one by one to find our new place in line. Since we had arrived early, Summit Raceway, as expected, was not open, but we managed to make our way the last few miles and find places to wait it out until the parking gates opened. Everyone was anxious as we formed our last lines for entry during our 5-day trip. The rain, however, finally caught up with us and left a damper over everyone and everything. And of course, all drag racing events were halted. As we left for home, the little enthusiasm we had left was sucked out of us as we came upon a real accident along the side of the road. Even though we managed to escape this reality earlier, it was deja vu all over again. There, but for the grace of God, go I. All the emotions from our prior near-miss encounter returned, filled us with anxiety, and followed us back to Cleveland.